Welcome into Seahawks today. I'm your host, Will Ortner, and we need to talk about this man that I have on the screen right now because it's Riq Woolen. And he's been a very polarizing figure in the Seahawks secondary this year. There's been rumors, there's been noise every single week, and honestly, I've been a main participant in a lot of these. I've had videos where I've said you should trade Riq Woolen. Then I had videos where I said you shouldn't trade Riq Woolen. Then I've had videos where I said he's going to be gone. I had tweets saying he was going to be gone. And at this point, all I have to say is kudos to Riq Woolen, man, because he's been freaking fantastic the last month and a half for the Seahawks. It would have been very easy for him to come out and just say, hey, you know what? The city hates me. The town hates me. The fans are brutal to me online. The media members, myself included, they are attacking me, saying that I'm not doing the things that I need to be doing. And then he could have just turtled and said, all right, pack it up, done. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do in 2026. But instead, Riq Woolen's been pretty fantastic, basically, since that Houston Texans game on Monday night. Like, he has really turned his season around and become a key member of this secondary, that, look, I don't know that he comes back in 2026, but I think the Seahawks have to do whatever they can to get him back. He's been playing that well, and he seems to be really fitting into McDonald's system now that maybe he has a little bit better of a grasp around it. I don't really know. But at this point, man, Riq Woolen deserves a lot more love from us in the media and from Seahawks fans in general. And so I ask you right now, help us share this video. Not just so that we get our content out to more Seahawks fans, because, you know, Seahawks fans want to check out what we've got going on here at the channel. But more importantly, we need to fix a narrative around Riq Woolen that I've been a participant of. So help us out, share the video, let other Seahawks fans know what we're talking about, and help spread some good news and some good word around cornerback Riq Woolen. Now, I think the biggest reason why there was a lot of noise around Woolen was because, well, after his rookie year, he's kind of struggled, right? And then week one, he had two glaring mistakes against the San Francisco 49ers. This first one here is on Ricky Pearsall. Obviously, he stops running. Brock Purdy throws the ball just a little bit out over Riq Woolen's outstretched arm. Pearsall is able to catch the ball, gets the first down for the 49ers, ends up leading to a game-scoring drive. And that scoring play is where he makes this mistake, right? Instead of going and fighting for the ball, he just kind of jumps up, expects the interception to kind of come to him, and Ton just goes in and says, no, I'm going to go fight for the ball. He high points it, does what your high school football coach said to do, and that's go and get the ball at its highest point, box the other player out, and frankly, he did that, and he excelled. And so as soon as that happened, a lot of Seahawks fans, myself included, we were attacking Riq Woolen. We were upset with his play on the field. We ripped him on social media, in the comment sections, on YouTube, in the newspapers, on TV, you name it, we did it. Doesn't matter if you're a fan or if you're a media member or you're somewhere in the middle, aka me, media member and fan, you absolutely let Woolen have it. We said that he should have been benched. We said that he should be cut. There were people saying that he should be gone immediately. And then after a game or two, they were starting to say it from the NFL insiders as well. This is an Ian Rappaport tweet where he said that, hey, Devin Witherspoon's coming back. By the way, he wasn't coming back. And they said Riq Woolen was going to be a trade deadline target. I made multiple videos saying that he should be traded and what he should be traded for. I know a lot of other people in the media going out saying the Seahawks making a big trade. It was all around Riq Woolen. It was all around what Seattle could have gotten from him. It was all around, hey, Josh Jobe is playing fantastic, and Riq Woolen is expendable. I mean, just look at this from Lee Vowell of the 12th Man Rising. Here's his quote on Riq Woolen's first 5 games, a stat sheet that he found, and it's in his first 5 games of the 25 season, the cornerback allowed 13 of 18. That's bad. Targets to be completed for 183 yards and a touchdown. So what he's saying there is there were 18 times that teams threw the ball at Riq Woolen. 13 of those got caught. That's not a really good start to the year. So it made sense why all these rumors were swirling, all this news was swirling, why people were upset with Riq Woolen's play, why they were saying, hey, he's expendable, you can trade him, you can cut him, you can move on from him. And then all of a sudden, just like stuff kind of turned around for Riq Woolen. He kind of fixed it. And he showed a mental toughness that, frankly, I don't know that I have. And I don't know if there's a lot of other people that have it as well. I was very impressed and am very impressed with what he's been able to do so far. But I want you to be honest. Because if I had to be honest, I think we were too hard on Riq Woolen, especially early on in the year. I'd be down in the comment section typing true. Do you think we were too hard on Riq Woolen? T, true, F, false. Then Riq Woolen, after we were tough on him, rough on him, he had an injury. He had a concussion, and he missed the game. And then it feels like ever since that, he's really fit into this defense and exploded in a way that a lot of Seahawks fans didn't see coming, myself included. And we're going to get into some of those stats here in just a moment, but I do need to let you know about the sponsor of today's video, and that is our good friends over at PrizePicks. It is the holiday season, the best time of year for sports, bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It is all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right. PrizePicks. New feature alert. PrizePicks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. On PrizePicks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose FlexPlay, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the power play. No matter your play, PrizePicks is a great way to put your takes to the test. I have a 2-pick power play for the action this week. Travis Kelce, more on his receiving yards. JSN, more on his receiving yards as well. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. I kept Travis Kelce on there because people say I look like him. Since the Texans game, though, getting back into the main story, Woolen has been absolutely fantastic for the Seahawks. At this point, it feels like when teams try and throw the football against him, they aren't able to complete anything. He's been absolutely locked down. After starting out at 13 of 18, he's now 10 of 25. He's not letting the ball get completed his way, and when they do, they don't get a whole lot of yards. Only 69 yards in completions against him. Nice. And 1 touchdown. And frankly, that touchdown, I don't even blame him. That's the Davante Adams touchdown. In that game, Davante Adams had 1 catch for 1 yard. So Riq Woolen held him to 1 yard, and it was a ball that was just a jump ball that, frankly, Davante Adams went out and won, and there was not a whole lot that Riq Woolen could do. I don't know if there's any corner in the National Football League that could have stopped that ball from being caught. Otherwise, the guy's been absolutely perfect. And then we got this sheet and this rankings from PFF. It's called the Lockdown Report. Here's how it works. Essentially, they are measuring the separation that a receiver gets on a defensive back in one-on-one coverage. The number 1 player in the National Football League right now, that's Sauce Gardner. He's in that lockdown position 73.74% of the time. This is going in to week 12. So what does that mean? That means that basically 3 out of 4 times that Sauce Gardner is one-on-one with a wide receiver, that wide receiver does not get away from him. Number 2 in the National Football League, it's Riq Woolen at 65%. That means that quarterbacks aren't even targeting the guys that Riq is going against because they know they won't complete the ball because he's that locked in on them. That's why he was drafted at the spot he was. That's why he was brought in. That's why there was all this talk of potential upside around Woolen, because of his athleticism and his ability to lock down receivers, and he's done that. He's changed into the system and fit it perfectly for you. And then number 3 in the NFL is Kyle Hamilton, which that's its own impressive ability there from the safety at 61%. Then you factor in that Titans game, which they haven't completely come out with the lockdown report from PFF at the time of this recording, but Woolen had another strong performance. Not many balls were getting caught on Riq Woolen. He was shutting people down. He was getting more and more run over Josh Jobe as they've been rotating a little bit. You've come to a point where I think myself and a lot of other Seahawks fans did not see this coming. But I'm going to say something to Riq Woolen that, again, people weren't going to do week 3, week 4, week 5. Riq, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was wrong to attack you in the ways that I did early on in this season, saying that it was time for Seattle to move on from you, saying that I am okay with him not re-signing in Seattle. I think John Schneider, if he can find a way to get that price right, he needs to bring him back. He needs to find a way to bring him back because he does actually fit into this McDonald system when he understands what his job is and how to play in that role. A job that he has done incredibly well and continues to do well this year. You now have we'll just call it a special all-around athlete at that corner position on the opposite side in Devin Witherspoon. But right now, I don't know how Riq Woolen isn't your second corner. And frankly, with how well he's been playing at that second corner spot, he's one of the better second options for a cornerback in the National Football League. And again, yes, he missed one game. But while Devin Witherspoon was out, Woolen held it down for you. And he figured out a lot of the mistakes that he had. And he fixed himself. And he's earned himself a decent chunk of change in the 2026 offseason. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Seattle needs Riq Woolen. And Seahawks fans should be excited that he's out on your team and out on the field. He's been fantastic this year, especially in a position that we really needed due to all the injuries. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. Make sure that you share it on social media. We need to fix the narrative around Riq Woolen. We need to get more Seahawks fans being pro him like myself because he deserves it, man. He fought through all the noise, all the BS, and he's turned into a pretty darn good corner in the 2025 NFL season. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Can't wait to see you guys next time.